All right, so we're in Monrovia, California here at a pond that we maintain. This is about a 6,000 to 7,000 gallon pond. It started off as a water garden style pond, meaning it just had a skimmer and a little bog type filter, no external filtration or anything like that. We've been maintaining this particular pond for about 3 years. We do a weekly service. As you can tell, it's loaded full of different aquatic plants, ranging from lilies to floating bog plants to cattails and irises and taro plant, which really helps with the filtration of the pond. So this particular pond has 2 skimmers and 2 suction strainers that pull water off the bottom of the pond. And when we first started, this pond did not have any bottom suction, so over the months the debris and muck and everything would just build up on the bottom of the pond, and then every year it would have to be drained and cleaned out and basically starting over from scratch. 8,000, 7,000 gallons of water. It's a lot of water just to flush down the hill and then fill back up. When you start over the process like that, you're really hard on the ecosystem. It kills all the bacteria on the surface, the biofilm we call it. That all dies off. The rocks and everything stop, and then you got to build all that bacteria up. And it takes up to 2 months in a warmer months for that to happen again. So 2 months, April, May, pond season's well going, and it gets hot by then, and so it can be really stressful in the environment. So not draining the pond, keeping the pond full, and just maintaining it properly, huge benefit all around. So let's take a look at the pond. So like we have some floating bog area here. It's kind of an entry. It's supposed to be kind of a natural pond where you can maybe swim in it if you wanted to, but this particular has fish. This pond has fish in it, so we don't suggest that you swim in it. So you can see the air stones that are in here. So this pond has the addition of aeration in 2 locations, which really helps stir up the bottom of the pond. Provides plenty of oxygen for the fish and the bacteria needed in the pond. So this pond's about 5 feet deep at the deepest. Right here it's about 2 feet deep, and you can see the clarity of those fish. They're pretty happy looking fish. So as I said, this pond's maintained weekly by SoCal Ponds. Our maintenance crews here, probably about an hour every week. We trim all the plants, they skim all the leaves and debris off the surface, and then stir up the bottom. 2 external pumps, which are located behind this wall here. You can hear them a little bit, but they're pretty quiet given the amount of water that they're pushing. These pumps are efficient pumps. They're high flow, below RPM, so they're energy efficient, keeps the amperage down low. So the operating cost is fairly reasonable. You can see that they're providing good flow to this little bog area here. Some of the water returns right back into the pond, so you can't see all the waterfall. This is an active bog, so the water is actually coming up through the bottom of the gravel into this plant area here, and then the plants consume the nutrients and also help keep the pond clean. With proper maintenance, this should never need to be drained or cleaned here at all. This provides, keeps on getting better and healthier every year, every month. More efficient. And you get pretty flowers and dragonflies and all kinds of wildlife to look at. With this little bog area here, this thing's about 2 feet deep and it's full of gravel. It's got the plumbing situation on the bottom, pushing the water up through the gravel. That way you have about 2 feet. It doesn't need to be too deep. The roots can get established into that gravel and pull all the debris out as they grow. So we just did this, so we have 2 little waterfalls here. We have the one waterfall here, which is the main one, goes into the bog area, and it's joined with the other second pump, which then produces 2 other smaller waterfalls. Just helps aerate the water, gives it 3 different kinds of sound for the client to sit and enjoy on their deck, and that makes the whole backyard that much more enjoyable. This pond has several different varieties of aquatic plants. It has yellow flowering iris, cattail, purple stemmed taro, has water rose, which has a purple flower on it. We have a red stemmed sagittaria, which also has a beautiful white flower. We have the arrowhead, a green arrowhead plant. We have umbrella palm or papyrus. Of course, we have water lilies, a couple different colors. And we have bog bean, which has a beautiful yellow flower.